Y'all, I just checked and it's 47 degrees out here, but the sun is out, so it don't feel like it. But just because it is, I need to go on and throw on this jacket here. Woo, it's getting shrunk on me a little. What is going on? This used to be long enough. No, I ain't growing. Hold up, y'all. It's crazy. Got my undershirt caught up around my arm. Y'all ever hate when that happens? You got a shirt on underneath the jacket. It's long sleeve, but it get tangled up around your arm. It's the worst feeling in the world. You uncomfortable all day if you don't get that right. All right, cool. There we go. Got my jacket on, so now I can talk to y'all. Let me catch the sun. There we go. All right, so what I was trying to say before all of that commotion is that it is day 8 of VLOGMAS. I'm off, so I'm just going to fill this day with things that I really enjoy and what I want to do. So y'all come along for that journey.
But
yes,
there's somebody out there
that's
how I
relax.
To give you what you want and what
I listen to
need.
my favorite
you know
podcast.
What I mean? You don't have to take
one of them happens to be titled The Optimistic Divorcees.
You know? So
and
go ahead and go on this little date and
they are hilarious. If y'all ain't heard of that, check them out. They're one of several that I listen to, but
until next time,
I needed to catch up because they went on a little break. So that's what I'm doing for about an hour.
Tune in to the Faith Over Everything podcast, which covers literally everything, whether it's pop culture, religion, politics, relationships, fashion and beauty, entertainment, Black culture.
Man, they have you cracking up. Right now they talking about loneliness in December and holiday season for single people without kids. Okay, I'm going to pose this question to y'all because I feel indifferent about this. I'm not on the same page with them on this, okay? I understand that single people with or without kids go through it sometimes with the holiday season if that's something that they want. That's the big difference. There are some people who are single who long for that type of companionship, that type of relationship romantically and all of that. I'm not one of them people. I prefer being by myself. In fact, the ideal holiday for me would be being off to myself, doing all the things that I enjoy doing rather than being around folks that I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. That part of me is done. I don't want to forcibly be around anyone who's not matching my energy. And that's just where I am. So this whole being single without kids and lonely, I can't agree with that. I love being by myself a little bit too much, actually. But I prefer it because I don't have to deal with the crap that comes with so many people being in your presence, especially around a time that should be cheerful. You know, why even do that? I don't go along with the blood is thicker than water and family over everything. That's not my motto. Sorry. Family will screw you, leave you out here feeling some kind of way. Family will have you dealing with crap on cheerful occasions that you shouldn't even have to deal with. Go and do some things that you enjoy, right? And brighten your season for yourself. With me, this whole VLOGMAS experience is actually giving me an opportunity to do something I haven't been able to do in 2 years now since this stupid pandemic, and that's just simply making videos. Like, that's enjoyable to me. I don't care. It's enjoyable to me to have to edit something since I haven't done that in 2 years. It's getting me ready for next year, and that I want to do even more. I want to film, get these scripts out there. So it's revamping the right spirit within me. Now, in terms of wanting companionship, I completely understand that to anybody who really wants that. But I am in this space, don't necessarily need that to enjoy myself. If it happens, it happens. I'm cool. Y'all see that big gulp? That gulp is about, I don't want to give up time with myself. That's what that gulp is about, okay? No, but in all seriousness, let me put myself aside and my emotions with that aside. I'm cool with it if it's the right person. So all this forcibly wanting to hook up or get with somebody momentarily for the holiday season, I can't get behind that. Look, love to love yourself. love to love being with yourself and embracing you, because this here is the longest relationship you're going to be in, and it should be the most important one to you. I ain't trying to hop on no soapbox here, but I'm just bringing y'all in to this episode that I'm tuning into with the optimistic divorcees. And I know they get that, but you know, today is just a day where they want to be vulnerable and talk about experiencing loneliness as a single parent or just a single being with no kids. I get it, but it ain't everybody's story. Everybody out here that's single is not out here crying about it. You know, some of us are single because we prefer to make sure that we had a time to ourselves and we're okay with being alone. You know, we're not lonely. We okay with being alone and engaging with people who will add to me or ourselves versus just being around somebody just to be around them. All right, now back to finishing this episode, and I'll bring y'all along in where we're headed. Look at the pine tree. Comment down below if y'all love pine trees. They grow to be so tall. As y'all can see, actually hold it with this hand so y'all can see me better and hear me better. But I made it to where I was headed. So I've been kind of promising myself that I will come out here to this particular garden and check it out, but I haven't done so. Actually, I haven't been out here in this garden since the pandemic, actually. Before the pandemic, when I last shot here for the Urban Gardening Festival for Master Gardeners of Davidson County. So with that being said, I've been saying I will come out here and just check out the garden spaces, see what they're doing. I know that they've been making a lot of changes since then, and since I'm out here and have the area to myself, I said, why not? Let me just bring y'all along in that journey too. So we'll check out some of the areas where I know they were doing things, specifically demo gardens and stuff, and kind of explain to you guys some of the changes with that that I'm familiar with at the very least. And we'll see what it currently looks like. I know that they utilize this space really well in trying to grow different things and have like tea gardens and all of that, and like square foot gardening. So I'm pretty excited, and hopefully they still have much of that here. I should say that a lot of things are out of season that would typically be in certain spaces, so it may look bare or dead, but I guarantee you if we come back out here next year, it'll look a whole lot better. So I anticipate that being the case with some of their perennial and annual gardens. But I've made it over here, so getting ready to flip this over and show y'all real quick. See, like right here, let me go to where the sign is so y'all can see what they're trying to do, and I'll explain a little bit more. See, this garden space here, they actually took a satellite dish and made this a raised bed. So it's a little information here about this type of garden. Little to no water beyond what the natural climate provides, and it reduces or replaces a lawn. So this will be great for things that need to be on a slope or even just above ground. Looks like they had what's on the rocks here. I can't make out the words on the rocks, but you can see how this is a great way to utilize an old satellite dish. I see where they have aloe over there in bold letters, but much of it has died back, so it'll fill back out in the spring. They have the fairy garden here. It was so cool, and actually if I find old footage of this when everything was kind of in season, I'll insert it here, but if I don't, just have to use your imagination. But this is the fairy garden. Make your own story. This is usually, I believe, filled with water. Just nice. Kids really love this area. But you can see kind of the decor here, how they play with different colors and placing planters up, make it look a little bit more fairy-ish. And then these are the famous pants. So if you're into like the runners, runner plants and stuff, this is a great way to use it. Place them somewhere where they'll just kind of trellis over. Much of this is like the annual things that have died out. I see here where they're starting to make some space for different types of raised beds. Okay. They've cleared the, these usually have, I believe, beans and stuff along there. They've cleared the beds out. So you see, things look pretty woody right now. Not too much color. Normally this looks beautiful and lush like most gardens during the springtime. But again, it's December. Got it well mulched. That's always a good thing, is to mulch the raised beds so you don't have to worry about weeds as much. Here's that square foot gardening I was talking about. So this is great to use or to start. So this is great to start in areas where you have very limited space, but you'd like to grow many different types of plants or several of the same type. I would say many different types of plants, because let's face it, you have as many square foot garden area. I would say many different types of plants where you want to grow different foods. So you can do like garlic chives, and then they have like the kale here. So it looks like they had some dinosaur kale next to the garlic chives. They had spinach and just different plants that you can put here. And it all fits within this one raised bed, instead of having to get so many different raised beds and different spaces to use throughout your area. It all can fit in one. And so this is really an effective way of maximizing your harvest. If you decide to do like a garden and you only have a small space, one raised bed is all it takes, guys, and you can have so much food. Look at that. That's what, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. That's 32 square feet right there. So yeah, I always like seeing this. Great use of bottles. This archway is just insane. It usually is very, very lush and beautiful. Not quite sure. Looks like these were peppers or something. Not quite sure what's going on. So we are entering their compost area here, and it looks like these were once I can't see. I can't make out what that was. It may have been a banana plant they had there and some asparagus. So we'll walk into this part here. I believe this is their tea garden. Yep, this is the tea garden. Having different types of mint and lemon balm and bee balm and all of the things people love in teas. Y'all, I always like walking underneath this. This may actually be my thumbnail. Let me just go ahead and get a thumbnail here with this. All right, cool. I love the way that looks. Like, that's just so beautiful to me. So we do have this compost area. This is urban composting, where it's just piles of compost in areas. Now they do have a composter, and so that helps out a lot. But having just piles of compost, obviously things can get in there. It wouldn't shock me if a snake or rat or something was in there, but it makes it so much easier to turn too and break down. And it's setting in a spot where the sun is constantly hitting it. It helps that they bricked it off, so this brick will heat up, and that will help. But yeah, we just walked through all of that space, and it was so much food over there. So now we're gonna go to this side here, and I'm going to check out what they have going on over here. So normally with the urban garden festival, it's tables everywhere and chairs, and then people standing about talking about different parts of this demo garden. Get that lovely sign. Different parts of this demo garden, and just answering questions for new gardeners and experienced ones who maybe want to try to grow some of the things they see out here. I love how they just have decor throughout here. Believe it or not, this tree is very beautiful in the springtime, but it looks just as good in the fall and winter, even with it being dead, you know, losing leaves. Y'all hear those birds? Birds are so nice. Look, I'm going to show y'all this little tin man they have out here. So cute. I want to do something similar, but I want it to be in color and not just gray. So look at this. It's adorable, right? Little Tin Man. They have a little baby one back here too. I don't know if y'all caught that. Look at this. Little baby one back there. This is adorable, man. So as y'all can see, the Demo garden is definitely my favorite garden space out here. But I'm gonna walk y'all over to another area where they like to try different things. And then I'll also walk y'all down by another section that I haven't been to in quite some time now. I'm gonna walk around this bush area. I'm not gonna walk through that because maybe spiders hanging there. But yeah, I'll take y'all through there and then we'll sum this up and I'll check back in with y'all around nightfall and we can go check out some lights. To be quite honest with you guys, that's an accurate depiction of how all of our gardens are looking right now. But people keep posting on Instagram these lush, beautiful green like tomato plants and pepper plants. All of that is dead at this point. Majority of it's dead. I mean, there may be some people somewhere that have like a warmer climate within our growing zone, but for the most part, everybody's garden is looking like that one. So don't judge that too harshly because everything is supposed to look like that in December, okay? Like this video if you like pine cones. We have plenty of them in Tennessee. So clearly we are standing underneath a pine cone tree. All of these pine cones everywhere. Why would you pay for something you can get for free? You just take this baby home, paint it, and now you have Christmas decor. That's all. One thing I absolutely love about the South is the magnolia trees. Look at that. So beautiful. The petals on them are pain, but the tree itself is beautiful. I hope y'all have enjoyed this garden tour here at the Ellington Agriculture Center. If you're inspired to start a garden, these are great examples of different things that you can do within your space, no matter the size, whether it's square foot gardening or even just a bee garden, whatever it is you feel comfortable with doing. So yeah, and mix in some decor. Use things that you have around your house like bottles or planters to really create the vibe that you're going for, and it should work out. But this is a beautiful space even in the fall/winter, so get out there and grow something, y'all.